Michael Pickens, Jonathan Allard is your front row for the 20-lap feature here at Luxor Western Springs Speedway. We head across the chalk and we are green, and Pickens gets the initial jump and they go wheel to wheel, and Allard takes the nose off Pickens, and it's a clean start, and they go wheel to wheel coming out of turn number 2, and Allard gets the initial jump as they bang wheels, but Allard looks like he's going to have the clear run and lead out of turn number 4 to lead lap number 1.
Yeah, first time Allard's been in the race lead tonight in this one as well, as he seems to just be creeping away from Michael Pickens just slightly. Very different lanes down here in turn number 3 and 4 as well, as Allard commits to the top side. Michael Pickens running more of a slider middle line there.
And check out 3rd and 4th, the youngsters, Zach Sokol, Chris Kernahan doing a great job there as SVG slips back into the 5th spot. So unsure what's going on there, whether he's just lost a little bit of grunt or struggling to get a hold of the racetrack. But our 2 leaders, Allard and Pickens, have checked out here in the opening 3 laps.
A race for the lead, still within half a second, so well within striking distance, and Michael Pickens knows he's got 17 laps left to do this one, and we're getting close to lap traffic already, Alistair.
Yeah, that's exactly right, as the laps tick down. Only 20 laps, not a big one here for the sprint cars tonight. All the attention was on the midget cars for the 30-lapper, but Allard and Pickens, the cream rising to the top as always, but we're about to head into thick, heavy traffic as the first car of Jeremy Halpin is going to be Allard coming up onto the back of him.
Allard choosing a different lane this time into turn number 3 as well, going to the bottom of the racetrack, leaves the top side open for Michael Pickens, and it looks like Pickens actually closed the gap a little bit that time down the front straight.
That's it, and Allard with the wheels flying coming out of turn number 2 gets up to the back of Jeremy Halpin and Richard Battersby, and that allows Michael Pickens to close like no tomorrow as Allard goes conservative down the bottom. Pickens goes high, and that leaves the door open for Allard to get up the inside of Jeremy Halpin. So Halpin knows that he's there. Allard gets up the inside of Battersby and clears him. So that now puts 2 cars between himself and Michael Pickens.
And he's looking to put more in between them as well, as he works to the outside of Steve Smith down there out of turn number 2. And he's side by side with Steve Smith, and he's going to put that one away. Still 2 cars the distance between your race leader and second place, Michael Pickens, as Zach Sokol has joined the party as well.
And Sokol's right up on the back of Michael Pickens. There's a lap car in between them, but this is going to be going down to the wire. And Michael Pickens having a tough time trying to get up the inside of Jeremy Halpin, but it looks like he's cleared him this time by.
Yeah, clean the distance much more there, and we're halfway in this one. 10 laps done, 10 to go, as Allard looks to the inside of ex-New Zealand champion Jamie Duff, but we're going to go yellow for a spun Keaton Darm down here out of turn number 4.
And that's going to close this thing right up. Allard and Pickens, the wheel-to-wheel duel at the halfway distance. 10 to go. We're used to calling it, and then it's going to be the second row of the 2 buddies. Chris Kernahan and Zach Sokol. So check this out on the restart. Keaton Darm brings out the yellow, 10 to go.
And that was the last thing that Allard wanted as well, as he was dealing with lap traffic so well there, just slicing through each one at will. How Michael Pickens just having a little bit more trouble. It does seem like Michael's got a lot of pace to burn here though.
Yeah, it does, and both drivers matching each other with virtually identical fastest laps, and somewhat half a second at least faster than the drivers further back. So definitely the 2 front drivers have got an edge on the others.
Ryan Barry showing good speed back there in about 6th position. SVG has dropped back to about the 5th, inside the 3rd row there. So those 2 drivers starting 5th and 6th might be showing something, and a little bit of pressure to the back of Zach Sokol and Chris Kernahan on the 2nd row.
Let's wait and see what drivers have got a little bit of tyre left up their sleeve, as Allard and Pickens just clearing the throttle as the anticipation builds, as we should be set to go green with 10 to go next time by. Lights are out and we're set to go green with 10 laps the distance as we head past the CRC can. Who's going to get the jump? Is it going to be Pickens? Is it going to be Allard? We're about to find out, but Pickens gets the initial jump and will lead them into minus turn number 1 and 2. Allard just not able to get the power down early, and that leaves him lagging. And Chris Kernahan now with the move up the inside of Zach Sokol. So the youngster finds himself up in the 3rd spot. So great pass there from Chris Kernahan.
Suddenly your hunter has become the hunted. He's pulling away from Jonathan Allard here as well. We mentioned he had speed to burn, but he's pulled almost a second advantage as Kernahan's actually looking to the left rear of Jonathan Allard out of turn 4.
Absolutely out of nowhere, the youngster out of Henderson, Chris Kernahan, running inside the top 3 behind the man out of Chico, California, Jonathan Allard. Zach Sokol settles into the 4th spot with Ryan Barry right behind him. But Pickens is checked out in this one well and truly.
Pickens quick time last time by with a 14.353, 7/10 of a second quicker than your second place car and previous leader Jonathan Allard. So he is gone in this one.
That's it, and it looks like Allard hasn't got anything to fight back with Pickens. He's going to need a yellow to close this up, and Allard just clipping the wall down the back straight away. But Chris Kernahan still doing a great job running that pole line in 3rd position with Zach Sokol right behind him, but only 6 laps left to go for Pickens, and traffic is going to come into play in this one once again.
Yeah, just enough time for him to catch traffic before we get inside the top, the 5 laps to go, sorry, as Allard still just holding that distance at about 1.5, 1.6, but he may be too far back, but he's going to throw everything at it.
Yeah, and already Chris Kernahan starting to close that gap more and more to Jonathan Allard, a sentence that he'll love hearing at the end of this one. But Michael Pickens with 5 laps left to run is now on the back of Richard Battersby. So is that going to close this one up? We're about to wait and see. So drivers doing everything they can to squeeze everything out of their race cars in the closing stages. But the man that has saved it up and timed it like the pro that he is Michael Pickens. Now as Chris Kernahan gets even closer to Jonathan Allard with only 2.5 laps to run as Pickens flies the wheels.
Huge wheel stand out of your race leader, Michael Pickens, down the back straightaway there into turn number 3, as he's got 2 cars between him and your second place car of Jonathan Allard. Allard's closed that gap to 1.2, but he's going to get held up massively by those cars out of turn number 2.
That's it, and Chris Kernahan's going to be there to take the opportunity of any opening door, as this one is wide open, and the 1 lap white flag is out for our leader, Michael Pickens. He still tries to navigate around Nico Pinkerton in the lap traffic, but he heads around NZ Safety Blackwoods. Oh, the one goes round and the yellow comes out, but the checkered flag is out, and Pickens takes the win from Jonathan Allard. Chris Kernahan comes home in 3rd. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going again by the sounds. The race is not finished. No celebrations just yet. We're getting the call across the radio from Speedway New Zealand.
We had to go yellow there, so it didn't give most of the drivers the opportunity to race to the finish. So we're going to have basically a green-white checkered, or maybe just a green checkered here. So Allard might have 1 shot at getting in front of Michael Pickens on the restart here.
This is going to be exciting, but remembering single file restart because we are under 5 left to run. But has Jonathan Allard got any tyre left under him? As we see a replay on screen, there's Pickens running right up against the wall, and the lights are still green, yellow. There it is. So he hadn't yet got to the flag to take the checkered. So the field are going to stretch out once again, get themselves in position. There's the replay. So lights are green, car goes round. Pickens right up high and wide. Lights still green, green, yellow. Doesn't get it to the checkered flag. So this is exciting, Hayden.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. The only thing is, there's not too much opportunity to get off the bottom down there into turn number 1. It seems like the lower part of the racetrack is the fastest part, and you can see Michael is probably going to commit down there. So as Allard, do you follow him into the bottom and try and make a move down here into turn 3, or do you try and make something happen straight away off the restart?
Yeah, I think the thing is that he's going to have to rely on whatever Pickens does on turns 1 and 2. He's going to have to leave a little bit something up his sleeve at turn 3 and 4 to make the big swing, because I just don't think there's going to be any power down advantage or putting any of that drive down on the slick racetrack. So we're about to wait and see, because we look like we're going to be good to go green next time by. Lights are out for Michael Pickens. Let's wait and see how this one is going to finish, ladies and gentlemen, as we go green. Has Allard got anything left for him? Chris Kernahan tries to get up the inside of Jonathan Allard, and it's going to be a green flag, and we are good to run this thing out to the flag as the white flag comes out for Michael Pickens.
Allard still a distance back. He's probably going to be too far to make a move at Michael Pickens down there into turn number 3. Chris Kernahan still holding on to your 3rd position. Ryan O'Connor looking to get inside the top 5, but Michael Pickens is going to lead them into turn number 3 and out of turn number 4. And Michael Pickens is going to be your feature race winner over Jonathan Allard and Chris Kernahan, rounding out the top 3.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute stunning drive from this man on screen. Michael Pickens takes victory in CRC Z-Build number 54. Second place going to Jonathan Allard. Your results on screen. Chris Kernahan with a career best performance. 3rd place in the sprint car feature here tonight. Zach Sokol in 4th and Ryan O'Connor rounding out your top 5.
What a performance that was from Michael Pickens. That's 2 from 2, midgets and sprint cars, and what a great way to finish up with the donuts there. But like the guy said in the commentary box, what a drive from Chris Kernahan, pulling off the 3rd place there. And Michael Pickens, just the best way to restart every time coming out of there. And don't forget, you'll be able to join us after the final race of the night. Behind the podium here, we'll have the Jack Daniels podium, and we'll do the presentation of the guys. It's the F2 feature coming up, and Graham Standring's going to have a few words with Michael Pickens as soon as he gets over to the victory lane, getting the cars up there, and then you can see, have a replay of the donuts as they come down there as Michael lets it go. Look at this. The best thing about that, look at this. He spins it around like that and then parks it in the right way. Going to carry on with the race. Jonathan Allard in 2nd place, Chris Kernahan in 3rd. A brilliant piece of racing. Graham Standring down there as the car comes across the finish. And there's Michael Pickens. 2 from 2 tonight here at Lucas Oil Western Spring Speedway. But we ain't finished yet.
Yeah, here with Michael. Michael, fancy seeing you here again. Well done, man. What quite a race, but I bet you couldn't believe it. What was going through your mind when you got that last yellow with about 2 laps to go?
I thought I'd obviously done enough, and the checkers were out, but obviously the cautions come out right before, so I had to do it all over again. But massive thank you to my guys all night. Both cars have been absolutely flawless. Warwick McKenzie, my car owner, CRC, Z-Build. We've got so many partners that help us do what we do, and need to reward them with 2 wins tonight. It's awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. It's almost the Michael Pickens show, but certainly just tell us roughly, like I know the midget and the sprint car have quite different characteristics. Do you find it an advantage having done the midget feature and getting to know all the characteristics of the track?
It certainly doesn't hurt. Yeah, you get to, you're reading the track for 30 laps like yourself with the midget, and you sort of learn some little idiosyncrasies about the place, and they don't race necessarily the same, but it surely helps for sure.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm looking around for Ron Salter because Ron Salter was meant to present this check, a check for $2,000. So certainly on behalf of Salter Cartage, I'll be the new sales rep for those guys. But yeah, again, good big crew effort. You've got a lot of guys that work with you and really good people around you.
Yeah, it's neat to start. I think it's 6 races in a row we got now off on this on the right foot. So it helps with the boys' morale getting up tomorrow morning to wash the car. That's for sure.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, again, please put your hands together for the winner of the 20-lap sprint car feature, Michael Pickens, and the Salter Cartage $2,000 check. Tonight, didn't they? And but not quite enough for you tonight.
Oh, I think we just got beat on the restart. Chose the wrong lane, I guess, and need to do a better job. Just need to make sure that I don't let them lead me, and it's just all my responsibility. So I let the guys down. They had a great race car. I thought we had a good shot coming back at them, but I just didn't hit my marks. Got a little rattled there, but he did a great job. He's a great race car driver. And how about Carnahan here? I mean, honestly, the kid just gets in the race car and comes up, and I definitely thought, what the hell is he doing here? And he did a great job. We're real proud of him. Great to have him out. Great team, and would like to congratulate them.
Yeah, look, honestly, Mike, Jonathan, don't beat yourself up too much. You've been on the podium every night so far this season. A fantastic effort, and again, with Peter Murphy here, what a big influence that's having on your career and your racing so far this year.
Yeah, it's a testament to the guys. I mean, Turtle and Crusher, they work their butts off, and to have Peter's mentality around me, and we just get to be able to talk to each other and talk things out. He may need to help me on my restart, so that's what we'll work on this week, I'm sure.
Okay, well, thank you again. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Allard, second place in the sprint car feature tonight. Okay. First time on the podium for me. I had to even ask his first name, so how bad's that? But really good job. I mean, you were really on the hammer tonight.
Yeah, no, for sure. Tonight was definitely one for the books for us, to be fair. We're struggling a little bit this season, so we're stoked to be able to finally land on the podium, for sure.
Yeah, again, like you didn't let anybody go there. You were really right on it. And when the yellow came out with a lap to go, did you think you had a chance? Do you think this could be your night?
Potentially Allard, but definitely not Pickens. He's too quick, but we'll get there eventually. You know, it's all about learning. And every meet and every race, we just try and get better. You know, so it's great to be here in front of a huge crowd.
Yeah, fantastic, and great to see a new face up here on the podium. So, ladies and gentlemen, third place in the feature race tonight, Chris Canahan.
Awesome, thank you. And just real quick, I'd like to thank Jay Russell, Simon Jaffe's out there somewhere, the Aztec boys, and Marley, of course. I couldn't do this without them. Honestly, you guys have turned my race career around, so wherever you're up here, thank you. And all the boys, thank you.